Welcome to DesbiensPond in the northeast corner of the Key West Tropical Forest and Botanical Garden. This pond and surroundings is one of the most pristine areas of the garden, which gives the visitor a good example of what the Keys were like centuries ago. The pond was named in honor of Betty Desbiens, a founder of the Key West Botanical Garden Society. As you descend the stairs from the boardwalk, you catch your first glimpse of a large Canary Island date palm. Probably planted during the early years of the original garden, it is distinguished by its large trunk with diamond patterns. This is the only non-native species you'll see on this tour. This lovely palm is a historical reminder of the early garden's mission. Behind the date palm are large numbers of the native saffron plum. It yields a black berry, which is edible and sweet. It tends to grow in coastal areas or near water. Its bark is rough and checkered, which then splits into quite regular squares. Across the trail is a small silver buttonwood. Highly valued in landscaping, it was formerly described as a separate species and is now recognized as a unique mutation. Botanists realized the green and silver buttonwoods were the same species when they began finding trees with only one branch that was silver. Proceeding a few yards, a large limber caper overhangs the trail. It has large, beautiful flowers that become an interesting pod-shaped fruit. When ripe, the fruit splits open and twists to reveal a red interior with white seeds surrounded by a sweet, fleshy aril. Further along the trail, a large Jamaican dogwood grows along the left side. This member of the bean family has an interesting chemical makeup. The bark yields rotenone, which is famed as a fish stoner that acts by inhibiting oxygen uptake by red blood cells. The bark was formerly used for easy fishing, a practice that is now illegal. Also, the root yields a potent pain reliever used in traditional or herbal medicine. The next stop is an endangered wild cotton, a wild relative of the domesticated cotton. It also yields the fibers so useful to humanity. The first American vegetable shortening, Crisco, was made from oil extracted from cottonseed. These plants preferred to grow behind the mangrove on slightly higher ground. A series of interesting plants grow along this stretch, including coffee columbrina, an endangered native in Florida. It has small, greenish-yellow flowers that yield a small black capsule. First discovered in North America on the island of Key West, it is now rare in hammocks in the southern part of the state. The observation platform gives you an opportunity to stop and observe the natural and undisturbed beauty of Key West as it must have been centuries ago. Moving on past the platform, you can get an excellent view of the entire pond. Although it sits on a substantial aquifer, the pond is rain-fed with essentially no exchange of water with the underlying aquifer. By contrast, the pond in the front of the botanical garden is aquifer water, which explains the color difference between the two. As leaves fall into DesbiensPond, tannins give the pond its characteristic tea color. The trees that overhang and grow in the pond are green buttonwoods. This species, although sometimes considered a mangrove, tend to occur behind the other truly saline-tolerant mangroves. The pond attracts substantial bird life and is one of the southernmost freshwater wetlands in the continental United States. It provides important fresh water to birds during migration periods. It also provides water to other species such as dragonflies, raccoons, and native species of turtles. As we finish the loop and come back to the start, we hope you have enjoyed this tour of DesbiensPond, giving you a glimpse of its natural beauty and a sense of what Key West might have been like in a quieter and simpler time.